Okay, Walking on the Moon, from Regatta de Blanc, the Police's second record. Okay, I think Walking on the Moon started the second side, at least on my cassette it did, that I've had forever. And an interesting thing, well, let's just, I'm going to do the yapping as I play a little, because a lot of people see the yapping for 30 seconds, and they're like, I'm not getting the lesson! And they go on to somebody else playing. Which, by the way, on YouTube, 99.9% of the lessons are somebody just playing along the recording for 5 minutes with their stereo blast. All right, so anyway, the lesson. The whole gist. We're doing paradigms here because it's the same thing kind of over and over, with different little fills put in. Check it out. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2. Okay? He does that the whole time. Okay? The accent, the downbeat, is on the 3. 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a... Okay? 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. The bass drum is on 2 and 4. 2, 1, a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Okay? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay? That is a thing. Now you don't have to sit and count the whole time, right? That's my dehumidifier that's on. It's 175 degrees now. So, anyway. So remember that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1. Okay. A couple important things about the tracking. This is important, okay? Because it leads a lot of the Police stuff. Not all. He would overdub cymbal parts and stuff, okay? That isn't an excuse for the reason why I can or some of us can't play it. Because it's hard to tell what he did overdub or not, right? But on this song, you can hear a delay at certain sections, definitely on the hi-hat. Not the whole time. Like in the beat of the song where he's doing the, like... You can't really hear a delay. But he used a delay on the hat at times, especially in sometimes those little flourishes. They put the delay in so you hear like... a little bit, okay? And then on the rim shot, be like, but not as heavy as the delay as you'd hear on like Every Little Thing She Does. It wasn't like it's more like boom. It's a real faint delay, but it's there, okay? All right. So the gist of the song is 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 and 4 ba da ba da 1 a 2 a 3 a 4 a 1 2 3 4. Okay? And sometimes he'll go to the hat with the other hand for accents. That's a favorite of his in the song. 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. Okay, those are eighth note triplets. 1, a 2, and a 3, and a 4. But he'll bring in the left hand to do some 16th note triplets. Okay, just little. Just double up. 1, a 2, and a 3, and a 4, a 1. So it'd be like, so like the a 1 would be the after the there'd be a 16th triplet. A 1, a 2, a 1, and 1, a 1. Okay, that's a big thing he does. And in a lot of those little things he does, though, those, you can hear they pop the delay in a little there, just a little bit. Okay, he used to do it live too. This isn't a knock on Stuart Copeland. God love him, he's a genius. I saw a guy copy it one time at a gig we played 10 years ago, who I just saw the other day. I think his name's Jeff. God love him. I bought a drum from him. He used to delay it at a gig we did in the South Side like 10 years ago. It sounded great. He's a genius. He had a little box. Anyway, Copeland used a delay. Okay, and sometimes in the recording they pop it in and out. Okay, so essentially, so when the song starts out, you have, he just. Okay, but then the rim shot comes in. Okay, after a 1, a 2, and a 3, and a 4, 3. Okay, 3, 4, 3 and a 4 and. Okay, sometimes you throw that 3 and a 4 and. Okay. 3 and a 4 and on the and of you know what I mean? So 3 3, 4. Actually, it might be the but on the triplet. Yeah, so it'd be the So 3 and a 4 and okay. Okay. But sometimes we do those flourishes. There'd be delay there, so it sounds like he's doing a little more. And don't get me wrong, he could do a lot more. I want to make this perfectly clear. I'm not taking away from him, but in that recording, that's a lot of what you hear. Okay. And occasionally he'll do like the snare accents. Especially when I do Copeland, I get totally type A, rushy, because I kind of, feel-wise, actually in real life play a little more like Copeland does, in the sense that I sort of play ahead of the beat. Okay, so I get anxious, and I get anxious anyway. Plus, my hyperactivity juice doesn't help either, especially with my familial tremor. Then I turn to like Shakes the Clown a la mode. Anyway. So, walking on the moon. So what sometimes like when he goes into those 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Okay, it's straight up stuff. But let's get to the money shot, shall we? Because honestly, by and large, a lot of the song, like in the first break, they do ba ba da ba ba da in sort of the middle there. Blah, blah, blah. Ba, ba, ba. Ow! Ba, ba, da, ba. Back into the second verse. That's really just kind of like he's kind of going. Ba, ba, da. Okay? But then we get to the. Well, let's not get there yet. And occasionally what he'll do too is 1, a 2, and a 3. He'll do stuff like this. Like he does, and that would be counted as like a. That it's still obviously in tripletberg, but it's kind of more like a little bit more like a quarter note triplet. So like instead of in a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, it's kind of like a dotted. Let's go. Okay, 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2. You know what the thing is, you guys know I'm not Mr. Especially when I play, I'm not Mr. Drum terminology. But just check it out. So you have like 1, a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 1. Ba, 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 ba. Those are quarter note triplets. So he throws that feel in sometimes, okay? So like. Okay, and that happens a couple times in there, so you can practice like, okay, those are just quarter note triplets, so you're kind of cutting the, take my left hand out, okay, and that actually comes in really handy because that's what he does in the second money shot. That's what happens in there in the really cool part of the song. All right, so and I don't mean to rip you off here, but the thing is, it's such a long song, and like with every little thing she does is magic. It kind of goes on and on. I don't want to kind of lose you in it. But the cool thing about Walking on the Moon is he really does like this stuff 90% of the time. I mean, you know he does. Da, 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 da. I mean, it happens the whole time. Okay, that's the whole, and I don't mean to belittle it or underplay it, but that's the whole thing. So just practice 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3. Okay, and remember, there's a delay on that, put this on here. The snare sounds like Bickus Dickus. I'm sorry it does, but I just get lazy and leave the same snare. Alright, but, remember, there's delay. There's delay all over this tune. It's not real strong or up front, but it's there, okay? Remember that. Remember that. Alright, so then we get to the money shot, okay, which is awesome. And I've seen other guys, or a couple other guys on YouTube, again, like with the bottom stuff, or any kind of cool stuff, often drummers' tendencies, and I think probably guitarists when they're doing guitar stuff, is to overplay or to overcomplicate what is actually being played. Okay, I saw another fellow I just watched. He's a great drummer. He's a monster. He's got a good, but he's, in my opinion, he's overcomplicating what is actually being played. And I think it goes on a little bit. But what happens is, da 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 da, catchy as heck. By the way, Sting, when he wrote the song, was walking around a hotel room. He's like walking around the room, but he changed it to walking on the moon. God bless America. All right, so. They say about his another. I can't sing and play at the same time. That's why I can't do my solo. I got to get somebody to either sing my solo stuff or I got to sing and somebody else plays the drum. It's hard for me to do. Anyway, so we're in the part. Ba da 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 ba 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 da 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 another day. Occasionally I'll put a okay? He'll put in some accents like that. As the song goes on, he'll bizify the rim shot a little. The 4 and a 1, a 2 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 1 and 1 a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 a 2 and a 3. Okay? Okay, 3 and a 4 and a 3 and a 4 and a 3 and a 4 and a, okay, 3 and a 4 and a, okay. He kind of just does it in there though, okay, da, 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 da. And then but there's another cool thing he does too. Oh yeah, there's a little part he does in the song too. Ba ba da. Well, imagine I'm playing the bass drum, but I need you to hear me saying it. Ba ba ba. Ba ba da. Here we come. Okay, he comes out with the hi-hat. Anyway, but what happens is the pair is 1, a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a... That's a cool thing to practice. He plays that in there in a little like 2 bars. And that was a fill he loved to do live, too. Or a riff, I should say. Okay, so that is 1, a 2, and a 3. It's kind of like it's a quarter note triplet. So practice that. Two and a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. But then you're swinging on the hat. 1 a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 a 2 and a 3. Okay, but if you want to practice without the swing. 1 a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 a 2 3 and a 4 and a 1 a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 a 2 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1, a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. Well, as soon as you bring in the okay, so that's what happens there. Okay, he does that in a little part, but that's a good little Stuart Copeland thing to know. Okay, let's get to the money shot. May as well play. He's doing quarter note triplets there. So, but it starts on the one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we're waiting. 1, 2, 3. Ba 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 da. See the 2 there? See the 2? That's where the quarter note triplet starts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, blah blah da. Okay, it's a same thing. And then, okay, I'll take a little time to explain this. But essentially, what he does, starting on ba 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 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 blah blah blah. That downbeat is right before the 1 blah blah blah. On the 2, you have the, but there will always be a Stuart Copeland mystery of biblical proportions. That sound, to me, that sound of the next few bars is the ultimate Stuart Copeland, one of the coolest things, I think, in the whole wide world. Honest to God. If there was a 22-year-old total hot chick and me watch it, and then me a time machine, me go back in time to see exactly how he played that, I would definitely choose the time machine to go honestly to go back in time and watch how he, because as everybody knows, it's not like he's just going. It has that cool sort of. It's like a flutter, right? I mean, it's one of the coolest things in the world. But I can tell you note-wise what he's doing. I don't know if he's going. I think what he's doing is he's using both hands, but I think what ends up happening on that part, instead of hitting the top of the cymbal, he's hitting the side. Again, I think they're B20 cymbals. They'll sound different than this a little bit. I know that sounds like a cop-out, but they will a little bit. B20, either Formula 602 13-inch heavies, or mediums, or Avita Zildjian 13s, or what I think UFIBs. All right. That's it. So he's playing quarter note triplets there. Da 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 1 and 1 and da 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 da. Okay. So if you're doing 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3, pull out the 1 and a 2. That's what he's doing. Okay. But it starts on the 2. Blah blah da. Blah blah da. Okay, so, but however you want to stick it, I think it's something like, again, like, try it at home with your sticks way up here, okay, or one hand if you want. Maybe that's what he's doing. I don't know, but I think it's definitely down here in the stick. I'm just telling you honestly what I think. I'm not going to lie to you and say I was there and I watched him do it because I want to go back in time and see how it happened. But the money shot is then what he does 6 groupings of that. So think of it kind of like 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5, okay? And then what he does after that last of the 6, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a, right after that he does a paradiddle diddle twice. Okay? 5 and a 6 doesn't. It just goes around twice. 1 and 2 and 5 and 6 and da ba da 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 and Now you have to have some pretty good technique to play paradiddle diddles that fast with the show without a lot of rebound. It's hard for me to do. Honest to God, I don't have as well a control of my left hand as I ought to for as freaking long as I can play. But that's what he's doing. Okay. And of course, a paradiddle diddle is he's doing a regular one. 1 and 2 and okay. Right, left, right, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, left. Right, left, right, right. Well, I mean, for the time. So that's what he does there, okay? But for a long time, he does it. They're not doing the song to a click. From what I understand, I mean it's not to a click. But what happens is his time to shift in there a little bit. Okay, so it's like he kind of jumps to the paradiddle diddle quickly. Like there was a time when I thought it was kind of like the paradiddle diddle started on the of 6 and diddle 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 diddle, but it doesn't. He pops in that last 6 and I'm sorry, 6 and okay, and oh shit, does he shit I say. Maybe he does it 3 times. That's embarrassing. But I think he just does it twice. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and you know, it's twice, okay, just like I thought. I don't want to mess myself up. So that's what it is, okay? So practice it, and if you want to practice it out of the context of the song, just go 1 and again, I don't know exactly how he sticked, what method he used to get that cool. I think he kind of went. It's whatever it is. It's awe-inspiring. But so 5 and 6 and but I think, and again, this is my opinion. Okay, I mean, I think I might not have $1 million ears, but I think I have $798,848 ears, okay? That's what I think he's doing there. But because of the nature, it's hard to sort of follow because it sort of just kind of happens. And every time you want to practice, you're like, oh, he's doing it. Oh, he's doing it already. Oh. So I don't have a record player to slow it down. And I'm sure people have Audacity and stuff. So slow it down. If you prove me wrong, I don't care. You know why? Because then we really know what the hell he was doing. But I'm 99.9 repeating with the 4 at the very end of it, so it's not repeating. Sure, that is what he's playing there rhythmically, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, well, I mean, I'm counting it that way, okay? But 1 and 2 and 3 and I think the first one he opens it a little. Okay, but anyway, so ba 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 and remember, right after that, okay, and at first, to me, it actually sounded like, I know this sounds terrible. I don't mean to say this because Stuart Copeland is the king. I mean, he's a great frickin' player. Remember, a great player, you know, apart from technique and stuff, is what they do that is theirs an original. Not, I mean, even if the drummer doesn't do what's theirs as an original, they still keep great time or whatever. They're still a great drummer, right? But I think the excellent drummers, whether they're rock, jazz, or whatever, they just do what they do very well, and it fits the music perfectly, right? Like Zeppelin or, you know, whatever. AC/DC, Phil Rudd. You know, it wouldn't be AC/DC without Phil Rudd, right? You name it, babe. But that's what he's doing there, okay? One da 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 one and But I think what happens is when he does it twice, at least on the first one, I think he slightly rushes the paradiddle diddle, and he comes right in with it. Okay, that's why sometimes I think it's hard to follow. Anyway, this is my opinion, folks. Okay, I probably should have put this in the front of the video because that's I think what usually people want to know. But anyway, come out of it. Ba ba ba. So then we're in the outro of the song. So when he actually the count is he comes into the outro. Oh yeah, and then just that same, the keep it up. Keep it up. Yes. So you have the quarter note triplet still. No, that's not a quarter note triplet. That, you know, that's the swung, you know, eighth note triplet without the and. Anyway, but then you go into the quarter note. But then he starts throwing that on the bass drum. But he keeps a note out of it. So instead of like. Instead of again 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a ba ba ba, you're just popping out from the eighth note triplet. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 da da da. So you play the swung over the top. That sound familiar? It's the same as earlier in the song, right? So ba ba da. But he knows one of the notes out. He doesn't go. The whole time it's okay, and then as we go out here, then there's a bunch of really cool stuff, and I think the delay's really brought back up on the head, and then they have that little device that goes, which is really cool in the song, right? So. On the crashes. And the song just kind of goes out. Okay? But remember, we're going to boil it down to basic paradigms, okay? Because there's kind of, rhythmically, there's a couple paradigms and then a couple of the classic fills he does. A lot like in the way I explain the Zepp, okay? So the main paradigm is 1, 2, well, the rhythmic paradigm. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and you know, just like a swung. Okay? Bass drum, 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then sometimes it's 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4, and a 1, a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, 1, a 2, and a 3, okay? 3, 4, 1, a 2, and a 3, and a 4, 1, a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 3, and a 4, and a 4. Wait, maybe that, you know, that last one in the. Oh, there's two different ones. You have 3 and 4 and okay, 3 and 4 and but then there's also 3 and 4 and he does that a couple times too. Less. All right, so that is Walking on the Moon. Honest to God, that's really what it is. And the funny thing is all the times, well, the bootlegs I've ever heard of the Police playing Walking on the Moon, he never does that. The I never hear him do it. He should have, though, because it was great. Anyway, Walking on the Moon, Stuart Copeland, Regatta de Blanc, tons of great tunes on this record. I think this record probably showcases his best playing all together. There's a song, No Time This Time, which I'm going to make a video for, but I can't play it. No Time This Time, I think, is sped up. That said, there is a live version of him playing it I've seen where he's playing it as fast as he is on the record. But I do know that No Time This Time is sped up, and he also overdubbed a lot on that tune. But I want to do No Time This Time, Message in a Bottle, all that stuff. I'm a huge Copeland fan, but I'm going to divvy the channel up. Of course, it's always Bonzo, but there's going to be some Copeland stuff. I'm trying the Terry Keating drums, but nobody's watching it. I think the Bonzolian brand name is very powerful. Anyway, thanks for watching. And I'll put some stuff in the video here that shows when I deal with the riffs, okay? And I hope you learned a lot from it, because I'm telling you, from where I'm sitting, this is exactly what he's playing. Thanks.